Every survivor swears time slowed down. Every single one of them is wrong. The chair tipped back, the coffee froze in the air. You had all the time in the world. You felt this. Everyone has. The near crash where you saw every detail of the other car. The fall where you noticed the pattern on the floor before you hit. The moment of pure danger where suddenly there was impossibly time. Time to think, time to reach out, time to see everything. And when it was over, you couldn't explain it. Because in real-world seconds, that entire moment lasted less than 1 second. But in your memory, it lasted 5, or 10, or 15. Something happened. To understand it, you have to understand something almost nobody realizes about your own experience. Your sense of time is not a measurement, it's a construction. Your brain doesn't have a clock, it has estimates. And those estimates are built from how many discrete moments, how many separate frames of experience it can remember from a given interval. Think about it like this. If you remember only a few things from an afternoon, that afternoon feels short in retrospect. If you remember dozens of vivid details from a single minute, that minute feels long. Time isn't measured by your brain. It's inferred from memory density. And that inference can be manipulated. When your amygdala, the brain's threat detection center, fires in a life-threatening moment, it doesn't just trigger fear, it triggers a hyper-encoding process. Memory formation goes into overdrive. Every detail your senses can grab is filed with maximum priority. What would normally be a blurry 2 seconds becomes a hyper-detailed archive of dozens of individual snapshots. Later, when your brain reconstructs the moment, it looks at all those snapshots and calculates. This must have taken a long time, but it didn't. The moment was normal length. Your brain just filed it in high resolution. There's a specific experiment that proves this. Neuroscientist David Eagleman wanted to test whether time actually slows down in near-death moments, or whether it just feels that way in retrospect. So he dropped people. He built a suspended freefall rig in Zacatecas, Mexico, a device that dropped volunteers 150 feet backwards into a safety net. During the fall, terror was real. Volunteers reported later that time had visibly slowed down. They swore they had seen everything in detail. They swore the fall took much longer than it actually did. Then Eagleman tested them mid-fall. He gave each volunteer a small wristwatch device that flickered numbers faster than the human eye could normally read. His hypothesis was simple. If time was truly slowing down for them, they should be able to make out the flickering numbers during the fall. Not one of them could. Their perception speed during the fall was exactly the same as when they were standing still. Time didn't slow down for them. Their memory of the fall did. Their brains, in the terror of a life-threatening event, had encoded the moment in ultra-high resolution. Every heartbeat, every sensation, every visual frame. When they recalled the fall afterward, that density of detail felt like slow motion. But in the actual moment, they were experiencing time at normal speed. The slow motion memory was built retroactively by a brain that assumed if I have this much detail, this must have taken a while. Now here's the twist. This means that every moment of near death you have ever lived through, the car swerve, the trip down the stairs, the moment you almost were hit, you were not actually there for it the way you remember. The slow motion version does not exist as a real experience. It exists as a memory your brain wrote after the fact. The person who calmly noticed every detail of the oncoming headlights, who thought clearly, who saw everything, that person was fabricated by your hippocampus in the seconds after the danger passed. The real you, in the real moment, experienced it at normal speed. Fast, chaotic, barely understood. And then your brain went back and built a beautiful, detailed, slow-motion story out of the wreckage. You didn't live through the slow-motion moment. You inherited it. Every human alive has these memories. Every soldier, every driver, every survivor, and every one of them believes, genuinely, sincerely, that time slowed down for them. Because from the inside, there's no way to tell the difference between actual slowed time and a memory that just feels slow. The retrospection is indistinguishable from the experience. That's what makes it so convincing. Now zoom out. If your brain can construct an entire experience of time after the fact, an experience so vivid, so detailed, so full of consciousness that it feels indistinguishable from having lived it, then how much of the rest of your memory is doing exactly the same thing? How many of your most cherished moments were not experienced the way you remember them? How many were built later from fragments by a brain trying to make sense of what happened? The unsettling answer is most of them. Your brain is a story builder, not a recorder, and the story it tells you about your life is convincing enough that you'll never be able to tell where the real experience ended and the reconstruction began. The next time the chair tips back and the coffee freezes in the air, the next time time slows down for you, remember what's actually happening. You aren't experiencing that moment. Your brain is preparing to tell you a beautiful lie about it. Slow.